Hello and welcome back, Squirrel Nation. Today we're diving into my own personal Rourke gameplay. For those of you new to the channel, please smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future content. Anyway, starting off, I'm going to start Dragon Side because I want to clear and then go for Spirit Sentinel. Usually what I do is I go Dragon Side buff, Dark Slayer buff, look for a gank mid or Dark Slayer lane depending on which one's overextended. And then if I can't do that, then I just get Sentinel and then I make my way over to get Dragon. So when I play Rourke, the reason I really like him as a jungler now is he's very strong early. He falls off late, but I find that a lot of games snowball, so his late game weakness doesn't really become a factor to me. And the other thing that I love about him is he can solo everything. He can solo the Dragon, he can solo Dark Slayer even by himself. So I just use Rourke and I play him like a gold farming bot, and you'll see me running around and there's times that I'm just non-stop farming gold. I try to not waste time doing nothing, and I just try to be always getting gold from either the jungle or going to lanes to gank or something like that, but I try not to like sit in bushes too long with him and set up ambushes. That's just my style. You definitely can set up ambushes with Rourke, especially like in the enemy's jungle, and get ganks on their jungler because he does have so much burst. But anyway, so what's happening here is, just like I said, cleared the sides. So we look at mid, my mid lane's pushing, my bot lane's pushing, and it's kind of like, and even my top's pushing, so there's really not gank potential for me, and it's really, I'm not even going to get poke damage in on them because Rourke needs to close the distance. So I just decide to wait for Spirit Sentinel. If I didn't see that the blue buff was down, I would have went to check on it, but I did. My team already did have vision that the blue buff was taken, so there was really no point in me wasting the time over there. So anyways, that happens. Then, like we said, my next plan is to go for Dragon. Same thing, the lane's pushed. I can't really do that much against push lanes. Notice this is something I would say is try to go for dragons, right? So what I do is I start to take dragon, and I just watch the map. I see that top, they're both low on health. They're really not going to be able to contest. My team's there. The only thing I would worry about is Trixie coming from mid, rotating in. So I'm still just kind of watching how their team's reacting, looking for Trixie. We just saw her. But the whole time I was ready if Trixie did come. It was already in the back of my mind what to do. I was obviously saving my punish that whole time. Here, tower dive with Rourke's awesome ultimate is nice. We get the kill on Trixie and get out. And anyway, so we get 4 kills for the enemy team. We only traded out 1 death, and we got Dragon out of that. So a lot of that is I'm just always trying to farm, and I'm trying to be close to where team fights are happening. And if I have to go to a team fight, I'm going to go to it. But I notice a lot of people waste time, and what I mean by wasting time is they'll sit in a lane for like 30 seconds kind of posturing, right? Both teams, they're not quite engaging, but they're like getting ready to engage, but they just sit in lane for 30 seconds, right? And that 30 seconds is just complete waste of gold. So that's why I've kind of learned to farm near fights. So right there, I'm getting the dragon, my jungle's up, right? But I see a fight's taking topside, I'm observing the fight while I'm killing dragon, so that if something crazy happens, I can get there, right? So same thing here, I'm watching, I'm deciding, should I go? Right now I see it's kind of 3v3, right? They're just posturing, and then I see Trixie in the middle. And then I see again, and I'm like, okay, I don't need to go, right? So I'm farming near. And same thing, it's 3v3, my team just got kills, right? Do I need to roam up there and waste time? No, I'll just push this wave, right? And then get back into my jungle and farm. At that point, that was probably a misplay. I probably should have went for their blue buff since my team did get 2 kills, or I at least should have checked if their the enemy blue side jungle was up. Here, another misplay, I just didn't have my damage right. But anyways, once again, when you're farming, farm, but observe team fights. Be close enough that you can try to do something, but don't go to team fights just to go stand there. So I see Lubu's low, I'm gonna dive, right? Malik's already way ahead of it. He's chasing him out, so then, okay, let's go for the tower. We can't quite burst down the tower, so we come back, wait for the next wave. Malik here, he doesn't come back. I think he ends up dying, but he does cut the wave, so I'm waiting around to get the tower. Tier 1 towers are obviously worth a lot of gold now, so I definitely want this tower. We already got it low, and a Grok's no way going to be able to challenge me. And then also, if we saw top on the minimap, we saw a fight is happening. Top, there's nothing I can do. There's no way I'm getting to that fight on time, so I'm not even worrying about it. That's another mistake people definitely make, is they rotate when they have no chance of rotating in a timely manner. And what I mean is, if you are Dark Slayer side and a fight breaks out Dragon Lane, there's no way you're gonna rotate to that and make it to be of any factor, right? Like, and here the reason I go for blue and I skip is I see that Val and Grok are mid with a full wave, so I just want to grab my buff quickly and then get there to defend my tower, and this is what you're gonna see. So if I wouldn't have done this, we would have for sure lost tower. As it is, we lost half health, but I got blue buff and I synced up when I was coming with my team. So if you notice, my Yorn and my Arduin were there. So if I would have just went before that, most likely the Grok would have tried to hook me. If he would have landed it, I would have died. If he didn't land it, they would have backed up, and then I could have went back to farming after I cleared the wave. So that's a 50-50 play to me. I'm not upset about that. Once again, I'm watching the fight. I'm looking at their health right now. I noticed they're all like half health. All the enemies half health, and some of them were even almost about to die. I think it was Valheim. So I know the enemy team's not happy about staying out on the map. So to me, that's when I'm, okay, cool, I'll just go for Dragon, right? I know there's no deaths. My team even has deaths, and these are the things I watch. But then I see mid lanes pushing in, so then, okay, I need to stop this because tier 1 towers are worth a lot now, so I want to make sure these things are safe. So anyways, we save our tower, get the kill. At this point, I don't have enough health to go do a dragon, so I just go into my red side and farm it up because it is fully there. So once again, the decisions I'm trying to make are, I'm trying not to give a ton of gold over to the enemy team, a la our tier 1 towers mid. So instead of going to dragon, defend the tower if I can, and then just back to farming. Never just sitting there waiting for waves or anything like that, right? Farm, 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 farm. So cool, we get the Sentinel. Right now in my head is definitely Dragon. I'm thinking, whenever Dragon's up, I'm trying to get it. I'm thinking Dragon, 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 Dragon. I'm looking to mid, okay, Malik's pressuring bottom. Okay, I know somebody's top because they obviously just killed the Sentinel, so I'm watching it. It's in my head, but I see the Grok, I see the Lubu now bottom, right? The Lumia's with me, so I'm okay. Because right now, most likely if the enemy team came, they were only going to come with 2 people, and it was already 2 of us there. And I'm Rourke. My team's ahead in gold. I'm ahead in gold. I'm happy to have that fight. And yeah, see, so there was a Val. Probably there was a Elsu, and then maybe the Val was there too. But if they would have come, me and Illumia, I'm pretty confident we would have taken that fight. But anyways, so once again, a fight's happening, right? It's kind of developing. So I've finished clearing my jungle. I see the Lubu and Trixie rotating, so I'm just going to cut them off. And kind of join in where I can. My team's still fighting. I start fighting them, right? And this works out. My team got a kill. Lubu's going to get low. If I didn't have my ping and targeting issues, I probably would have killed him. But that was my fault. I missed out on that kill. But still, my team gets the kill. And once again, I was able to clear out my blue side before I rotated to the team fight. So kind of I think the art of when I've played with really, really good junglers is I feel like they're always farming, yet they're always at team fights when you need them to be at team fights. So the theme of this video to me is farming while being at team fights when you need to. And I think a big part of that is always farming close to where team fights are going to take place. So here, once again, we want to get the tower and then get out. We did lose Arduin, but guess what? 1 kill is worth a tower, especially a tier 2 tower, and especially a high ground tower. So if you can trade a death for a tower, it's worth it. It 100% is a good trade for your team. So anyways, we're, once again, back to farming, okay? We're going to wait for Arduin. We're down a member right now. I see the Dragon to me coming up, and my red side jungle's up, so I want to kill it. Once again, we're watching mid, okay? Team fight's brewing, right? Am I going to go sit in mid? Nope. I'm going to clear my red. I'm just going to kind of monitor the fight, right? I see Malik and Arduin coming back. I'm going to try to sync up with them, so that's why I get red buff. I'm not going to clear the rest of the jungle, but I'm syncing up with Arduin and Malik engaging in this. Okay, cool. They engage, and then I come in, and then we just start cleaning up, right? So I think this ends up in a team wipe, maybe. But yeah, so there's 4 kills. I'm not sure if we get the Val. But anyways, so that's a perfect example of what I mean by farm near the team fight. So I grabbed my red buff quick because I knew I had time before the Malik and Arduin rotated into the fight. And I don't want to go into a bad fight. I saw there was 4 enemies. If I would have rotated mid with only the Val and Illumia, it would have been a 3v4. So we would have just been basically handing the enemy team a good fight. So I'm not going to go there. I'm going to keep farming, keep getting my lead, keep building my gold lead, my item lead, and go into it. And if you notice there, instead of all pushing mid, I went and I split push top so that the enemy Val had to come to me, and then my team ended up getting both the tier 2 and the high ground tower mid. That play was definitely bad. The Arduin trickled in, then the Malik trickled in, then I trickled in, so that was just a bad play. But anyways, we got a high ground tower out of it. If we wouldn't have done the stupid trickle plays, it would have been even better, but it is what it is. Another thing I want to point out is if you notice the gold right now, my team's significantly ahead. Like, everybody is, I think our second highest gold on our team is still ahead of the highest gold on their team, yet they have one more kill. And you ask yourself, why is that? Well, we've been very objective focused, right? I've been grabbing dragons, I've been grabbing towers, my team's been grabbing towers. So even though we're actually down a kill, we have been getting way more objectives, and that ends up in a ton of gold. So objective focus. Kills are simply to get objectives, and here the enemy takes a bad fight, right? And we are just going to clean them up and finish the game. So anyways, to hit home my final point once again is, as a jungler, and actually this really applies to anybody, don't sit in lanes, don't sit in team fights that are brewing. Keep farming, but farm close enough to the team fight so that when it does happen, you can engage into it. And also, don't go to a bad team fight. Don't go to a team fight where you're outnumbered or you're in a bad position with your team. Just keep farming and wait for something good to happen. Don't force fights. Okay, that does it for today's video. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you did. Also, it really helps me if you will share this video around so that other people can join the Squirrel Nation and just join our great community we have going on. But anyways, as always, I'll see you all tomorrow, and happy ranking.